Hello viewers and welcome to my new video. Today's video is going to be about how I made my newest single, which is called No to War. And I'm sure some of you have already seen it by now or heard the song. And basically this channel that I run here, it was never meant to be a political kind of channel. It was always going to be about music, but it's difficult, and to be honest, it's not really a political statement per se, which I made in the song. But what I was going to say is that it's really difficult to stand by and ignore the current situation that is happening in Ukraine right now, and the whole Russian invasion in Ukraine, and specifically because it's happening so close to my own country of birth, which is Poland, and actually so many people have now fled from Ukraine into Poland. And it's at the time of filming this video today, it's close to 2 million people in Poland alone. So all these events that have been occurring and I've been seeing have really affected me, especially that Poland itself at one point was under Russian influence and for decades, and actually that was happening during my lifetime as well. So it's really sort of close to me and close to my heart, the whole situation. I have previously recorded anti-war songs. I've always had those views that war is one of the worst things that mankind has created. That people can sort of go against one another in such a brutal way and create so much destruction, and pain to one another. And I've always opposed this. And like I said, this particular war, which is happening right now in the middle of Europe, has really reignited, I suppose, those views that I've held since I can remember, really. So effectively, why I did the song was it was born out of those emotions, and I've kind of gone back, musically speaking, to some of the more heavy stuff that I used to do in the past, because to be honest, I was so angry about what was going on and what I saw on the news that I couldn't really have written anything that was kind of mellow, in a musical sense. So anyway, I took my guitar. It was just basically, like I said, I kept watching the news and kept getting sort of angrier and angrier. And I got my guitar. I sat down with my guitar and just started sort of coming up with a riff. And I came up with the verse riff. And soon after, I had the whole sort of rhythm pattern in my head. And I was kind of thinking that, I really need to convey the message really loud and clear. And I thought that it would be really good if I could have more people doing the chanting, the no's and the says in the song. And basically, so I employed my family, my wife and my son, to do that for me. So basically, they are the people that you can hear in the background. And the whole idea of that was that was to get that effect of people protesting against war. I wanted to have more voices in there, so that's why. So you have my voice, my son's voice, and then you've got my wife's voice. So there's like a female voice in there as well, so to get that broader, wider spectrum of people chanting. The song is actually really dark, I would say, but it couldn't be anything else, because it really is a dark subject. There really isn't anything joyful and happy about the reality of war. And I just had to do something, and just had to record this song. This just came out of me, and I had to do it. And I actually made it very quickly. I worked really hard on it. I wrote it probably in 2 or 3 days. Recorded it over 2 days. And then the next 2 days, one day I spent on mixing, and the next day I spent on mastering it. So and then of course I had to put that lyric video together as well. So there was like a really intense work that went over a week or so. And the idea behind it was also that I wanted to somehow contribute and help with the whole situation. And the best thing that I thought that I could do, and it's the best thing that I can do, is write music, basically. So I thought, if I write this song and then put it on Bandcamp, and then if people buy it from Bandcamp, then all proceeds from those sales I am going to be sending to Polish Medical Mission, which is effectively a registered charity in Poland. I think they've been in existence for like 3 decades or something like that, and they've been providing medical support, medical supplies, and medical care to regions and countries affected by war, and that's worldwide. So they're already in other countries touched by conflict, such as Afghanistan, and they used to be in the ex-Yugoslavian countries before, Yemen and so on. All of these countries, they're already there. But most recently, what they've been doing is actually providing medical supplies directly into Ukraine. So basically, they organize transport of these items that then support people wounded by missiles, burned. And specifically, they also support the neonatal wards at hospitals. And one of the key goals and objectives now is to also build a field hospital in Ukraine. So basically, what I thought, that was a really good cause, because it kind of goes directly into the Ukraine, into the war zone, and is helping people there, both civilians and soldiers, who are being affected by this situation. So if you decide to buy the track from Bandcamp, then effectively, as I already said, all the proceeds I will be sending directly to the Polish Medical Mission. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.